I don't know what's going on with this today. For some reason, it keeps cutting off. What in the world is going on with this thing? I don't know when it cut off. I don't know what y'all heard, what you didn't hear. Man, that's fucked up. It like shut off and I didn't even know it was shut off. Anyway, so vehicles today, since it's Friday. Vehicle and maintenance, special event planning, driver's ed, and emergency situations. For those of you, it's spring. People are, kids are getting their license now. So be aware of new drivers out on the road, like student drivers, and new drivers on the road as far as new licenses. Especially now that summer's coming. I don't know what it is about, like, good weather, but everybody loses their freaking mind and they are not paying attention. They just think, la la la, and they're not paying attention. So, so just be careful. I guess I'll have to go outside. I'm gonna have to close this now. Hey kitty, go ahead. I actually did seed a bunch. Like, I put grass seed down in here like a week or so ago, and it's starting to come up. It looks pretty good, like, so far. It's still splotchy a little, but it's okay. It's good for my first time ever putting grass seeds out. Chuck's mom. I keep telling her mom Ella, but you won't like it. It's her kid's name. Anyway, I have a pile of dishes that are calling my name that I'm gonna fucking ignore because no, I'm not doing you right now. Now I'm going to have to close this door because he's going to be out there making a bunch of noise. Anyway. Alright, so I made a new schedule. Cool printout. And so I've got these little plastic paper things for my schedule. I do have the weekly schedule plan printed out. And I've got the daily. So I don't know how good this is, and I'm probably wasting my life on this, but at this point I really don't know what else to do with my life because no one will hire me. I would like to do this with the rest of my life. Possibly. That. And the Forever Home Project, which y'all can donate to, by the way. Feel free to donate to the future Forever Home Project at my Cash App. I do have some money set aside already, and I'm willing to match that amount. So if y'all want to donate to the Forever Home Project, let me know. I believe in my About Me section is the information. If it's still there. I don't even know if it's still there. I can't log in. So, I forgot what I was going to say now. Oh, that's Thursday. We did the inspection, the oil change, repainted the car. So all of that stuff we already did yesterday. He's going to go get tags and stuff, a new tag on it, because its tag expires this month, the end of this month somewhere. Oh, wait, no, he already did that yesterday, too. So he did tags, too. Oh, my
I'm shedding so bad. I'm losing my hair like crazy again. Ever since I cut my hair, I don't know if y'all have seen it. Like about a month ago, it was looking really nice, and I cut it, and that was the biggest mistake I think I ever made. Because after I cut it, and like I don't know if it's because it's summertime or hormones because I'm 43, or I don't know what, but I am losing hair like crazy again. And I just got it to grow A, this long, and B, like decently healthy. And now I'm like, I feel like I fucked it up somehow. I only dye my hair like once a month, so I can't say that it's dye. It might be dehydration and too much sugar in my diet. That's a possibility because I did realize recently like how much sugar I eat on a regular basis. I got on the scale, it was 225 again. After I just got down like to like almost 200. So, and I've been working out every other day for the past 6 months. It's my diet. So, part of the gym part for the core is personal achievements is I'll cut sugar. Like replace it with something else that's like I don't know what y'all could you tell me about something having to cut the sugar out of my diet. I am a sugar fucking holic, and I did not realize how bad it was until I was going through a 5-pound bag of sugar a month by myself. By myself, because Jeff doesn't eat it. So, you want to know why you're gaining weight and why you're not feeling good and why you can't sleep at night? Cut the sugar. Add water. I mean, that's really the only two options that I have right now. The only way that I could cut the sugar back, as far as like sweetness, I could probably replace it with fruit, but you're still going to have sugars. Your fruit changes into sugars in your bodies, in your body, bodies. So, gym today is core and cardio. Center, inner legs, and whatever this part, I think that's like your traps or whatever. I don't fucking know. Underarm. Less sugar, more water. So I'm gonna put a star next to that. That's gonna be my personal goal. So starting today, I've already ate marmalade, coffee, and I think tea. In my coffee, when I pour my sugar for my coffee, I count to 6. In a cup of coffee, I count to 6. So you have like an inch of sugar at the bottom of your coffee cup, or my coffee cup. So, you want to know where that came from? Sugar. I have looked into like collagen loss after 40, diet and weight gain after 40, premenopausal symptoms, which I feel like I'm already having. I don't know if I got a major head injury. They said that I was fine to go home, so I don't see why I'm still having brain issues. Brain fog is a big deal, especially when I have to think about something really super fucking important in this moment right fucking now, and I cannot think straight for nothing. It's legitimately like executive functioning failure, and it ruins your life. I don't know if it's from CPTSD or if it's just I'm stupid. I don't know. I told you not to mow until I rake the yard. If you hit a rock, I don't know what to tell you. So for the less sugar or no sugar challenges, as far as base for age, I'm over 40, so I would have to add fruits, yogurts, like nut butters, do like tuna, sweet potatoes. On this list it says like baked turkey, feta, sauteed spinach with brown rice. And then when you're fasting, black coffee, lemon, water, and green tea. I don't have lemon. I got black coffee, but I ain't drinking it black. I can drink black coffee as long as it's got sugar in it. I know that this can be done. People do it all the time in the military. You know, they go on this military diet, and the next thing you know, they're fucking skinny as shit. So, sorry, I get distracted about stupid shit. See, that's what I'm saying. My brain just like, sometimes I'll be in the middle of a conversation and I'll be thinking things, and then all of a sudden it just goes bloop. And I have no idea what we were just talking about. I mean, is that like a medical thing? Like, should I be worried at this point? Because I really don't know. So for vehicle maintenance specifically, let me see. Depending on what vehicle you have, you're going to want to make sure that you look at at the very minimum, look at your owner's manual if your car comes with one. If not, Google's your best friend. This is my best friend. I'm using Bing right now, and I hate it. I don't know if y'all are Google users and use Bing, but I'm not happy about it. Checking oil and fluids regularly. Older vehicles need their fluids checked more frequently. Especially if I think it's like over 10 years old, or if it's over like 100,000 or 150,000 miles, you have to get it checked like, I think it's like every month or every other month or something like that. Inspect tires and wheels. Now that we're coming into summertime, y'all, you may have messed up your tires during wintertime. So check your tires, check the wheels themselves. There may be stuff stuck in them. You don't want to blow out. Rotate them every 6,000 to 8,000 miles. I don't know anybody that does that anymore. It's an added expense that not a lot of people really look at, but it will help with your gas mileage and the drivability of your vehicle. Eventually, over time, like one tire will wear out more because of its caster or camber. Sometimes it will have a little bit more wear on a certain tire because of the position of the tire and the way that it's sitting when it touches the road. Because the road tears up, it's gravel, it's asphalt, concrete, it's rock, and you're using rubber and you're rubbing it against it, so it's going to wear it, and heat. I don't know if y'all ever seen last year's videos of Texas. I think it was last year or the year before, where like their tires were melting on the road because it was so freaking hot. I'm sure if you're overseas, you've experienced that, especially in the Middle East. Or desert-like areas. It says check brakes and suspension every 6 months. Inspect lights regularly and replace bulbs as needed. Replace air and cabin filters every 12,000 miles. Inspect belts regularly. Drive with care every day and be patient during the break-in period. Buy gas at reputable service stations and avoid filling up if you see the tanker. Okay, the reason for that, okay? If you see a tanker at the gas station when you're filling up, A, you're going to get more air. B, there's a possibility of you getting water in your tank. Both of those could damage your... One, you're going to be paying for air if you pay for the gas. And two, there's a possibility of water being in the tank, and that'll mess up your engine. Don't rev the engine excessively. For those of you who live in Hickory, North Carolina, it's not cool. Especially when you live in the suburbs and these people come through the roads in the middle of the night. Lighten up your keychain and avoid hanging heavy objects from the ignition. I'm guilty of this. I have when I have a keychain, it is loaded with shit. Usually it's got and I don't even really use hand sanitizer, but some kind of lotion thing. It's got like little charms and accessories and like little pouches that you can put things in and stuff, you know, because I'm an accessory girl. But it does affect your ignition where you put the key in. So I know a lot of people have it to where it's like a push start. Some people have it now where it's like you just talk to it, it turns on. So keep a good car insurance, keep auto log of your maintenance and repairs. If you go to any service station, they're going to automatically have a service repair log for you for your vehicle. I prefer to pick one service station and try to stay there. But I know that there are certain circumstances that may need to be elsewhere. Now, I did use Valvoline for my Tahoe when I had it, and they were really good. At the time they had where they would top off your fluids for free, and that included oil. Now it doesn't do that. They don't do that anymore. They don't top off your oil anymore. So you just have to go get an oil change, which sucks. And I'm going to be honest with you. He probably spent, like, I want to say close to $300 on inspection, oil change, like fluid change, like all this stuff. It was a nightmare yesterday. So, but yeah, the place wherever you go to will usually keep a log. If you have a personal mechanic, or if you like to do it, if you can still do it yourself, try your best to do it yourself, because you're going to save a whole lot of money and aggravation. I don't know about the aggravation part, but you'll save a lot more money if you do it yourself. That's with anything. But then again, lack of knowledge might not, you know, you don't want to change your oil when the engine's hot. Like, trying to think of what else. I've always been afraid of the battery, or like getting electrocuted by touching something in the engine. That's what I've always been afraid of that. For those of you who have newer vehicles that I am not fully aware of yet, like a Tesla, don't touch it. Just don't touch it, because those things, the electric cars are a whole new thing for me, and I couldn't possibly tell you where to start. So, I'm trying to think what else. So the maintenance, you're going to want to keep up with that. Having a vehicle is like the number one thing that you want to have when you're a teenager. But, you know, it's so much more than everybody even realizes. Like, even adults, we're just like, oh, we want a vehicle, and we just go get a vehicle, and then the next thing you know, either A, it doesn't last long, it tears down, wears down, something goes wrong with it, an accident happens, blah, blah, blah. And then there's other people who are like Jeff, who can keep a car going for like an eternity. And it looked like it just rolled off the showroom floor like nothing ever happened. It just has a high mileage, like 250,000 fucking miles on the engine. So, some people are just really good with their items and maintenance and stuff, which is great. At the very minimum, like I said, when you're doing your cash envelopes, is that, you know, you want to go ahead and plan forward for maintenance and stuff. So when I'm talking about the cash envelope on Tuesdays, is when you're going to go ahead and plan for maintenance in the future, right? So you're one of your topics or titles of one of your envelopes is going to end up being car maintenance. So that will include, you know, brakes, it'll include tires, it'll include oil changes and fluids, which, as you can tell, just from Valvoline alone, which I don't even know if that's a place that most people go to, but it's like $200-300 that you're going to have to save up. And I don't know about you, but if you have to have an inspection, if your tag is about to go out and you have to have all this shit done, it's like almost $1,000 that you have to drop in like a month or even 2 weeks if you get down to the point where you realize, oh, or if it gets expired, you get a ticket. So then you have to go to court. And then it's more expenses because you have to pay court fees unless you can get it dropped because you have all this stuff done before court date. But either way, hold on to that while you still can, by the way. But yeah, you're going to want to put that into your sinking funds, it's your maintenance of money, is you're going to want to start putting a small amount of money, even if it's like $1 every day towards your maintenance. Whatever, do it. So, and I know I speak this, but when it comes down to money and me, we do not get, money loves me. Because as soon as I get money, it's gone. It's gone. It's already, like, been accepted somewhere else. Like, it sucks. So, money is like water. It wants a place to go. So you gotta give it a place to go. So, maintenance, if you want to, you could print out like a small maintenance list and put it in your glove box and then just check it off and write down next to it, like, whenever you get your services done, just staple it to that paper or like put it with that paper in your glove box. That way you can keep up and make sure that, okay, well, I did my maintenance, you know, what now needs to be done, because life goes on, right? Like, you don't think about, oh, did I check my suspension lately? Like, unless you're driving and you notice that there's something wrong, and even then we push all maintenance off to the last freaking minute unless it's absolutely fucking necessary, and even then we don't want to pay for it. So keeping up with it small amounts at a time, especially for emergency situations. Part of the driver's ed, now mind you, I don't know where you are, you might want to look into your area, but driver's ed does have a handbook. The DMV has a handbook online that you can learn how to drive and what they're expecting of you for the test to take when you go for your license. So, like I said, when you go for your license, you're going to have, at least in the state of North Carolina, you have to have a paper test, like a computer test, a driving test, an eye test. Yeah, those are the 3 things that you have to get your license in North Carolina. Oh, 4 things. Sorry, you have to have insurance. So in order to have those things, you have to have a birth certificate, a social security number, an ID, a state ID, I don't even know. You have to have okay, so some paperwork they don't even accept anymore. And you can't have an electronic form of insurance. Like, don't think, oh, well, I just signed up on some insurance agency randomly online. I have an app. Show it to... No, they're going to want to print out paper copy. Okay? And they're not going to have a printer there for you that you can use. So you're going to have to bring it with you. So DMV handbook online. I know I've talked about this a million times. Eventually somebody's going to listen to me, right? Maybe. DMV handbook online, maintenance list. You can go online and print them out. I think they do have maintenance lists. Car maintenance list printable. Or you can just write it down. Half of you guys aren't even going to do this anyways. So you can actually put like a vehicle maintenance log book. It's just a piece of paper and you put it with the rest of your papers. Now, if you're going to go to a service station, those papers are probably fine. You just go by that and blah, 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 right? Well, a lot of times, like myself, we lose the papers or we don't have whatever, or we don't even want to use the glove compartment for that. You want to use it for something else. Having a log of what's been done on the vehicle and having it, even if you're going to, like me, and you want to put it in a book somewhere, that would be helpful. Like make a new tab and just do vehicle maintenance or vehicle. Because you can also make a needs list for the vehicle Like if you need material or something inside of it, or if you need like a new mirror or something. I don't know, anything. So you can put that into your cash envelope funding, singing funds, vehicle maintenance cost too, is wants for vehicle. You can do that too. I wouldn't go that far, but I would just put vehicle and then just put everything in vehicle in that topic. But yeah, be careful of the road as far as like the actual road itself. Potholes, animals, items. I know there's a lot more landscaping trucks out there right now, and they will lose tools faster than anybody else that I know. Things will fall off, coolers. Just be careful. People moving, spring cleaning, bringing stuff to the dump. Just be careful. And like I said, everybody's kind of like a billion different things in their mind right now. So, especially in the world the way it is today. And don't be surprised if you pass a vehicle that doesn't have a driver, because they have those now. And trucks that don't have drivers. You're going to see a lot more AI and a lot more robots and stuff in the workplace, in your surroundings. I don't know about y'all, but I have personally seen robot dogs at Goodwill in the bins. I've seen the robot cleaners. I don't know how many of those I've seen. Don't even bother buying one. If I see that many at Goodwill being donated, and they're that easily accessible as a donation, they're not worth it. Trying to think. Yeah, there's like robot everything now. Like everything has some kind of like AI in it. So, and then we're also surrounded by like billions of satellites. But anyway, so you'll start to see a lot more of like the non-person things having like AI or having some kind of robot component. So vehicle maintenance list, print that out, put it in the vehicle if you want to, or in one of the I will do it. The book or whatever you have. You might even have an app for that. Who knows? I feel like they got an app for everything at this point. So.
I'm closing the windows. I want some cool air at 76 in here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Did you get the other one? The door?
You already got that one.
I think, yeah, you got the office ready. Oh, goodness, okay. So, alright. So for driver's ed portion of it, check out your information for your local DMV. Also, at the DMV website is the handbook for driving. Look that over. And then maintenance lists, printable. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to talk about is emergency situations with your vehicle. Like I said about the accident, there's a process that you have to take, at least in North Carolina. I don't know about y'all, wherever you're at, you might have a different process. Or may not have any process at all. If you live overseas, I don't even think there's some areas that even have road signs or roads. So there's no line in the road. You know, it's different everywhere. So, just be mindful of other people. Emergency situations, what to pack in your car. Your vehicle, summer edition. Okay, water. It says on here, if you type it into Google, this is what it says. Water. Always have a full bottle of water on hand, either for the vehicle or yourself. Actually, it'd probably be best to have two. Don't leave plastic bottles to drink in your vehicle. They get hot and nasty. They taste awful. But it also, the plastic leaches into the water and it can make you sick. Sunglasses. Insulated cooler. First aid kit. And healthy snacks. And the reason why I'm saying healthy snacks is when if you are stuck in traffic, right, and you eat a bunch of sugar, what's the first thing that's going to happen? A, you're going to get hyper. You're going to get more aggravated because you're on the road and you're in the vehicle and you're stuck. But also, you're going to end up having to go to the bathroom, like, pretty quickly. Sugar is a natural diuretic. So, healthier foods usually don't make you have to go to the bathroom so fast. A toilet paper roll is always good to have on hand. I know a lot of us don't like doing that. You're going to have a basic essentials in your glove compartment, like your driver's license is going to have on you, your registration. It says like all these different things to put in there. Why? I would suggest putting a power bank in there. Y'all want to have like a shift bag in your vehicle in case if shit hits the fan while you're on the road, right? You can bring an extra pair of clothes, a jacket or coat if you live in cooler weather, an extra pair of shoes just in case, blanket, garbage bag. It has like a long ass list of random ass shit in here. It says bug spray, sun protection, hand sanitizer. Most of that stuff's bullshit. Like, you don't even need to have that. The first aid kit for sure. Saying like portable table and shirt, no. Your insurance, a copy of your insurance. The list that they give you for road trip packing is so funny now. I'm going to read it to you. It says car phone holder and charger, breakdown kit, dash cam, car trunk organizer, spare wheel and car jack, which you're going to want to keep a jack in your car. I don't care who you are, male, female, unidentified, whatever. Keep a car jack in your fucking car. Sunglasses, day pack. I don't even know what a day pack is. Travel cooler, reusable water bottle, food supply, snacks, plates and cutlery, travel mugs and cups, storage containers, paper towels and trash bags, power bank, portable speaker, camera, window sunshades, road trip playlist, because you can't live without that, right? Travel games, playing cards, multi-tool, luxury seat covers, because those are mandatory in traffic, Bluetooth converter, tire tip pressure monitor, car tracking system. Swimsuit, walking boots, pants and shorts, shirts and sweaters, underwear and socks, warm fleece, warm hat and gloves, rain jacket, warm coat, first-hand kit and medication, towel and paper towel, toilet paper, lumbar support cushion, hand sanitizer, bug repellent, sunscreen, toiletry bag. That's what it says to pack. Most of the stuff I could scratch off. Anyway, so yeah, you definitely want to like keep something small, like I said, like a blanket, water bottles, at the very minimum, something that you can snack on and make sure that you're hydrated in case if you're stuck in traffic. especially in the heat. You may not be very close to an exit or ability to maneuver out of traffic to be able to go to the bathroom. So I suggest that you use your passenger, or you could do driver's side too, the rear door, if you have a four door, and open up the rear door and the driver door or the passenger door and make like kind of like a blockade with that if you have to use the bathroom in some sort of a container in a hurry. Especially when you're in traffic, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Um, Pulling off to the side of the road, usually there's woods on the side of the road. Again, you can open up both doors and kind of use that as a blockade. The little step down area is decent for seating ish to lean against, maybe. But you get what I'm saying. That's why it's important to have a trash bag and toilet paper and stuff like that. Now, I'm pretty sure that you guys, understand that if your vehicle overheats while you're on the road, do not touch the cap until it is cool. You will be severely burned if you open that when it's hot. Like 3rd-degree steam burns. You won't come back from it. Like it'll be on you forever. I laugh, but it's not funny. I don't know how many times that my van had overheated and I had to try to add water to it, and I was stupid and in a hurry and it almost burned the fucking shit out of myself. So don't be like me and, give it time to cool down. Like I said, you're going to want to have the vehicle registration, car insurance, maintenance checkup. You don't have the maintenance checkup. If you're getting ready for a road trip, please make sure that your vehicle is capable of taking said trip. Also be aware that GPS may not be correct. There's been a lot of construction, and GPS may not have had time to update, but with Elon Musk's satellites, they may have. I don't know. Okay, so emergency situations is shift bag. Maintenance list was already done. Water and snacks. Blanket. Toilet paper. Trash bags. At the very least, could you please just do that? Make sure that you have your emergency contacts in your phone ready and available, and a paper copy in your wallet or purse. Reason why I say that, phones sometimes, especially in accidents, phones will get destroyed. And you may not have the ability to have an emergency personnel access the ICE in your phone to be able to contact emergency contacts. So always keep a paper copy of your emergency contacts in your vehicle, or in your wallet or purse, and that way they always have access to somebody. Also, if you go to the hospital, make sure that you have an emergency contact on file there. That way, if you do end up having to go to the hospital, they can contact whoever, if in case, if you're not conscious. So hospital, phone, vehicle. Also, with social media, you guys got to be careful about posting where you're going on social media. I know you guys have heard this a million times. Don't post until you're gone. Okay? For me, can you please, can you please do that? Make sure that you don't post until after you've left, because if you post before you go somewhere, there's a possibility of someone either A, breaking into your home, or B, being there when you get there. So try your best to, for safety reasons, go in groups. Don't go alone. If you have to go alone, don't post until after you leave. And let somebody know where you're going. And I mean by somebody, like somebody close to you, that's not going with you. Like if there's you and a bunch of people going, let somebody else know that you are going. Not social media, like someone close to you know where you're going. It could save your life. It could save somebody else's life. So yeah. Trying to think of what else. We talked about GPS, contacts, info. Special event planning, like I said, shift bag.
I don't think he fell asleep in that.
Trust your intuition. If your gut tells you not to go somewhere, don't go there. And even if other people protest it, if you don't feel good about going to a place, or if you feel uneasy in a place, don't be afraid to leave there. Make sure that you have, like I said, like you tell somebody where you're going and that you have a plan in mind of escape pretty much wherever you go. Jeff says, oh, there's certain situations that you went through in your lifetime that I would have never put myself in. Well, we're all young and stupid, okay? We're all old and stupid. I don't care how old you are. You're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. It's a part of life. It's a learning process. I don't know who told everybody that when you're a kid and when you're an adult that you're different. You're not. You're still the same soul, okay? So give yourself grace in your learning process, okay? Learning never ends. If you're young, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, it never ends. Everything changes constantly. You're gonna have to keep up with the pace, no matter how old you are. There's gonna be new things introduced into your life all the time, and just know that you're enough to get through everything. Okay. So don't be afraid. It's literally says it 365 times in the Bible. Be not afraid. So it's 365 days in a year. Every single day of your life, you shouldn't be afraid. I've never really been like a religious pusher. You know what I'm saying? Like I never really talked about religion that much until recently. I feel a little bit more inclined to talk more about it. So, don't always believe everything you hear or you see, especially if it's about somebody that you know. So I wish I could give you better advice on this life, but I'm still learning it too. So I can just tell you where I've been and what I've done and what's worked and what's not worked so far, I think. can taste how much sugar I put in there now. Like now that I'm more aware of it. All right. So I'm going to have to make a very important decision soon, and I'm not sure how I'm going to make it. And I may need y'all's help in the future. For those of you who are for me. If I've ever been able to bring anybody together, it was against me. So, for those of you who are for me and are in support of me, I'm going to need y'all's help soon. Um, if you guys know anything about buying land with like a very low down payment, please let me know. And also like no work history. And my taxes haven't been done in like 3 years. So that no. Technically still single mom. Technically, like paperwork wise, but you know, I'm not a single. But technically still like paperwork wise, still a single mom. So if you guys can help me out with that, that would be amazing. Even if you just give me information, that'd be great. Where I could go and what I could do. I mean, I talked to the bank and they told me that basically to try to even rent a place, it's just shy of buying a house. So I do know and have seen people purchase land with like a USDA loan or something. I don't know enough information about that. But if you guys have a little bit of knowledge on it, it'd be great because I'm trying to do something here. Oh, by the way, I did get backtrack earlier stream. My garden. I did get a lot of seeds from the local library, which has a seed donation location. So kudos to them. I will be going back there if they have anything, and if I have seeds, then I'm gonna bring it to them. I think it's a cool way to try to integrate yourself into society by doing small things that are for the betterment of all people. So, whether they know it or not. Um, Trying to scan through here real quick. Okay. So, okay, that's enough for emergency situations. Y'all pretty much get the rundown. Gym's gonna be core cardio center, inner leg, underarm. Less sugar, more water. Goodwill is going to be so for personal, I'm looking for summer clothes to trade out. By the way, I will be going live for my eBay. Personal household is I need a corner hose thing to keep the hose from tearing up the corner of the house. And then for sale, just what's the next holiday? Memorial Day. It's an holiday honors U.S. military personnel for those who died while serving in the armed forces. I think Mother's Day is coming up too. Today's Take Your Daughters and Sons to Work Day. Tomorrow's Arbor Day. Then Passover. Final day is the 30th. First day of May is May Day. Second day of May is National Day of Prayer. Orthodox Good Friday. Cinco de Mayo. Orthodox Easter. Yom HaShoah. National Nurses Day is the 6th. The 9th is Ascension Day. The 12th is Mother's Day. 15th is Peace Officers Day. 18th is Armed Forces. 19th is Pentecost. 20th is Whit Monday. 22nd is National Maritime Day. Lag Baumer. I don't know what that is. So 26th, 27th is Memorial Day, and the 30th is Corpus Christi. So, for holidays, Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, and May. Okay, so where am I at here? Goodwill, Sale, Mother's Day, and Cinco de Mayo, which is in about a week and a half. Mother's Day. May Day is the 1st to 12th. Mother's Day is on a Monday? No. Oh, it's 2024. Jesus. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Alright, so Cinco de Mayo is coming up in like a week and a half, but Mother's Day is probably going to be the sale thing, so whatever's for Mother's Day. And yard selling. Even though I'm going to be doing an online yard sale or an online thrift sale, I still need to get items for that. I'm going to start with everything that I have and then kind of go from there. Supper is that beef. I'm going to do it with mashed potatoes and green beans. I'm going to use that seasoning I was telling y'all about earlier about making a sauce with it. If you put the seasoning on it, like I said, you cook it, let the meat oils drip out, and then flip it and add a little bit of water. You can make a little roux and then cook it the rest of the way. You can add flour or whatever to it, and then it makes a really awesome sauce. So that's pretty cool. Clean up his dishes. Tonight's nightly routine is slugging, but I really need to do something with this fucking hair. Help your hair wall. And then power down. I do need everything over here is on charge, but I do need to power down tonight and actually do the charging station like I said I was going to. And tomorrow's Saturday, so tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. It's just a day away. House chores for tomorrow's linen, windows, and doors. Fashion Saturdays, lit arts, and show and tell. So, on that note, I need to transfer information, by the way. I need to transfer. What did I transfer? Okay, so Sunday. Oh, do I have the paper for Sunday? No, Sunday's my Monday. Never mind. Okay. Alright, so here in a few minutes, once I go offline, because I'm gonna go offline here in 5 minutes. I need to transfer coupon codes. Yep, coupon codes. That's it so far. Okay. Well, this is getting better at least. I'm getting closer to doing what I need to do. But all right, so for Google Calendar on the new calendar is I need to add in right underneath Amazon. I need to shorten Amazon to 30 minutes every day. All events. See you later. Then I'm going to add to this section for 30 minutes every day the coupon codes. Because my ThinkPad gives me coupon codes for certain websites, or any website I go to. So yeah. Okay. So there we go. We got coupon codes added in already, so I did that. And I need to switch up Saturdays make content time for social media. Because I have each day is posted for the different social medias and when the best time to post is. So it makes my day like smoother when it works the way I want it to. And I know for personal cleanup is also, I have to put my clothes away because I was able to take the sale clothes out of my closet and made room for my real clothes, like for my current wardrobe, which I'll be switching out for seasons because now that it's going to be summertime, it's going to be like this, you know? I am still looking for work for those of you who are willing to hire a remote worker from home. I don't know what I could offer the world anymore. My resume pretty much went out the window 5 years ago. After my wreck, I lost everything. So, and then I was also somehow put on a list, like I was blacklisted for jobs and for like pretty much every opportunity that there is out there. If you go to, I think it's called My Life, not sponsored by the way. If you go to My Life, I think it's My Life. Anyways, there's like a thing that you could check people to see if they're hireable, and mine is 100% not hireable. I've never seen anybody with a percentage that high. I don't know why. I feel like at this point, like if I was to have a bad history of work, that it should be nullified because it's been 5 fucking years since I've had an actual job. So if you want to explain the gap in resume, it's because I've fucking lost my mind at this point. But it is what it is. They always say don't want for the Joneses or something. But it's like every time I have a neighbor, they have like this most perfect life. You know, like they have everything just looks amazing and like everything is perfect. And yet we don't know anything about their lives, you know? They could think that their lives are awful and they could look at me and say, "Oh, her life is so great." It's not. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm I'm okay with life right now, but there's things about it that I would change. And I have a lot of regrets, but I also have a lot of accomplishments too. So they kind of evens out. And I would like to tip the scales with that instead of life being so much of a nightmare. Um, to become something that I've always wanted. And I know for a fact that my favorite and best day in my memory was this past Christmas. I had everyone that I loved in one room together, and that was the best day of my life. And I could be wrong, and I can already feel that there's going to be changes coming, and that's okay. I don't have any power to stop it. Um, all I can do is have faith and knowing that everything's going to be the way that it needs to be. But at the same time, it's still scary. We still hold that fear in ourselves, even if it's just 1%. It's because that's our error as a human being. We're all 1% error. And that's why I think AI is crazy, because all AI is more error than we are, because we are its creator. So there are moments that I question a higher power. Instances like Western North Carolina during Hurricane Helen, when a gentleman had stated that he had stopped feeling his family paw at his legs 3 days ago because they were under all of the dirt. They were buried alive. Um, in moments like that, that's when I question, is there a God? Um, why would God let such a horrible thing happen? I know for a fact that that person probably prayed for their family's safety during that storm and found no relief. Um, my prayers and my love goes out to people who lose everything every day, including myself. You know, you have to give yourself some love and some grace and understanding that there are things that happen that are beyond our control, um, that we may not understand. And it is scary. Um, and for all of us that have lost someone that we truly love, I hope that you take the time to heal, even if they're still alive. I would like to take a moment, for those of you who are watching, and I would like to apologize to those who I have hurt. Um, I've learned a lot about myself in the past couple months and past couple years. And I know that there are people that have come across my path that I've done wrong. Whether I realize it or not. I may have apologized to you already, in person or in a letter or whatever, text, anything. But I'm apologizing to you here also. Telling the truth and apologizing about something that you did wrong is probably one of the hardest things that you'll ever have to do. but it's necessary for your own soul's growth. The only way that you're going to be able to move forward is if you start to recognize yourself and your own problems and your own amazing things. Now, if I've treated you badly in your lifetime, just know that my karma is coming to me. It just has had hit or has not hit yet. But it's coming. I'll have my turn on the table, as they say. And when that time comes, I hope that you see me for all that I really am. Just understand that I am a mirror of you, just as you are of me. And I hope that if I do have to come into your life as a lesson, hopefully it's one that you heal from quickly. Now, if I've come into your life as a blessing, you may not know it yet. There are a lot of things in this big old noggin of mine that I keep to myself. I do things for people without them knowing sometimes. And sometimes I have done things to people without them knowing. Good, bad, or indifferent, it doesn't matter. I just know that from this point forward, I want to live my life as good and as best as it could possibly be. And the people that I want to bring with me into the future are going to know about it, and it's going to be very bold. The only way that I will lose anything is if it's taken from me, and even then I will die fighting. To protect the things that I love, and to live the life that I want to live. You may not understand it, and that's okay. I don't understand your life. I don't know what all you've been through. I don't know what all you're going to go through. I just know that at some point in time, I was a part of your life. And whether I did something bad or if I did something good, I hope that in the long run it was for the best. I hope that you know how much I love you. And I hope you know that I'm sorry. I'm not going to cry right now. I might later. But I wanted to say that. Because we don't say it enough. So,
I'm getting ready to go to the gym.
okay. So I hope you all have a wonderful day. Wow.
Sorry, it's 4:30.
Okay.
I lost track of time.
I figured you kind of did the gym already. You did the yard. But, anyway. All right. Well, I guess that's it for today. And, enough of my bullshit. Apologize to the world for my existence. Check. There we go. So, y'all have a wonderful day. Be careful. Stay safe. And until I see you again, behave. Or at least try to.